Good morning, students. This is chapter number 9, ray optics, and today's topic is refractive index. As you know that we have already discussed refraction of light. When a light ray travels from one transparent medium to another, it gets bends. The bending of light is called refraction of light. It means when a ray incident at the interface, it changes its path, right? When light travels from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Now see, this is a ray incident at the interface, and its straight path is this dotted line in denser medium, but its actual path is deviated from its original path and it bends towards the normal if it is going from rarer to denser medium, right? Now when the light travels from denser to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. Now see, in the second diagram, ray incident at the interface, its original path is like this, but it bends away from the normal, right? What happened? In denser medium, the speed of light decreases. That's why it shifts towards the normal. And in the second case, it is going from denser to rarer medium, so its speed increases, and if its speed increases, it means it bends away from the normal. This is refraction of light. Then we have discussed the two laws of refraction. Number one, incident ray, refracted ray and normal lies in the same plane, and second one, mu equal to or n equal to sin I by sin r. This is the Snell's law. It means it obeys the Snell's law, right? Now today we are going to discuss the refractive index. In Snell's law, n is equal to sin I by sin r. This n or mu is a refractive index. Now what is a refractive index? It may be defined as the ratio of sin I and sin r. This is one of the formula. But we should define it in the terms of speed of light, right? The absolute refractive index of medium is the ratio of speed of light in air or vacuum. Now we are taking rarer medium as a vacuum to the speed of light in medium. So it is the refractive index of medium, means material medium, is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in medium. It means n equal to c by v. Now c is always greater than 1, and c is always equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, but v is always less than c. So the ratio n will be always greater than 1. Absolute refractive index means the refractive index of the material medium with respect to vacuum, right? Now relative refractive index. Now relative refractive index means we are comparing with some other medium, some other material medium. The relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is the ratio of speed of light in medium 1 to the speed of light in medium 2, right? Since the medium 1 is rarer medium, so speed in rarer medium divided by speed in denser medium is equal to refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. So it comes out n12 is equal to v1 divided by v2, right? This is the refractive index, and it has no unit since it is the ratio of speeds. Now mu or n is of optically rarer medium is lower and that of denser medium is higher. It is definitely, since the speed of light in a rarer medium is larger than speed of light in denser medium. Second, refractive index of air and refractive index of vacuum is equal to 1. It means we are comparing the speed of light in vacuum with respect to speed of light in vacuum. The speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in vacuum, that will comes out 1, right? Now in refraction, the velocity and wavelength of light changes. See, speed of light c equal to nu lambda, right? It is nu lambda. Nu is frequency and lambda is wavelength. In denser medium, the wavelength decreases, so speed of light also decreases, right? It means the velocity and wavelength changes. Velocity and wavelength of light changes, whereas frequency never changes. Frequency never changes, right? In refraction, the frequency and phase of light do not change, right? Now mu is equal to c by v. It may be written as refractive index of medium with respect to air is equal to wavelength of light in air divided by wavelength in medium. Now principle of reversibility. As you know that reversible process is carried out in both the directions. Similarly, in this reversibility principle, the light ray will follow the same path in reverse direction. Now this is a glass slab. There are two media, rarer medium A and denser medium is B. A light ray falls on the interface and refracted through the denser medium. But in the denser medium there is a plane mirror, and this ray incident at an angle of incidence 0. It will reflect back and follow the same path in reverse direction, right? Now this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. When it goes from rarer to denser medium, the angle of incidence I, angle of refraction is R. But after reflection, its angle of incidence becomes R and angle of refraction will becomes I in reverse direction. So we can write it, the refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium, B is denser, is equal to sin I by sin R as per the Snell's law. See, in the forward path, angle I is angle of incidence, so it should be written as sin I by sin R. But in reverse direction, it is going from denser to rarer medium. Now we have to take the refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium. It should be written as sin R by sin I. Since the angle of incidence in reverse direction is R, now we can multiply both the refractive index, so we will get 1 in right hand side. Since sin I will cancel out and sin R will cancel out the numerator sin R, so it becomes equal to 1, right? And it may be written as mu AB is equal to 1 divided by, इसको आप डिनोमिनेटर में लेंगे तो that will be 1 divided by B mu A, right? So this is the principle of reversibility, right? Now refraction through parallel slab. It means we are talking about glass slab, right? So this is a glass slab. There is a rarer medium air, then denser medium glass, and then again rarer medium. Now what will happen? A ray will incident at the interface and get refracted. In the second interface, it will also refracted. But in the first interface, it is going from rarer to denser, and in second interface, it is going denser to rarer. So we can write it as this angle is I1, this is R1. For the second interface, I2 is angle of incidence and R2 is angle of refraction. So how can we write the Snell's law? we can write it A mu B. A mu B means refractive index of B with respect to A is equal to sin I1 divided by sin R1. At the second interface, we can write B mu A is equal to sin I2. This is angle of incidence divided by sin R. When we multiply these two, it should come out as 1. Right? If it is equal to 1, so the right hand side should also be 1. And it will come equal to 1 only if I1 equal to R2 and R1 equal to I2. It means I1 is equal to R2 and I2 is equal to R2. Okay? Refraction through compound slabs. Now there are multiple medias. This is rarer medium, this is denser medium, and this is another denser medium. It means refractive index of this slab is mu B and refractive index of absolute refractive index of this denser medium C is mu C. And again this is rarer medium. Now what will happen? There will be 3 refractions. First, second and third. Okay? This is rarest medium, this is comparatively denser, and this is denser medium, most denser medium in this picture. So we can write again the same formula A mu B equal to sin I1 by sin R2 for this interface. For the second interface, it is going from B to C. So we can write mu of C with respect to B is equal to sin R1 divided by sin R2. For the third interface, we can write mu A with respect to C is equal to sin R2 divided by sin I1. Now, we have to multiply all these refractive indexes and it should come out at 1. It will definitely come out since these are alternate angles, so cancel out to each other. The multiplication of mu will come out at equal to 1. Right? So we can write it as this one. Right? So we can write this equation in any form. Now the apparent depth of liquid. There is a beaker partially filled with water. An object placed at the bottom of the beaker. When the ray come out from this object, it will refract it, and another one which is incident at normal will come out directly. It will do not deviate since the angle of incidence is 0. Now the observer will observe that the object is placed at this height. This is the apparent position. This is the real position. Now this should be the real depth and this should be the apparent depth. So we can calculate it as by using height, real height HR, apparent height HA. So we can write it as mu of A with respect to B is equal to sin I by sin R. This angle is I, this angle is R. So angle of incidence is I, angle of refraction is R. So we can write, since it is going from denser to rarer medium, so the refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium is equal to sin I by sin R, since this angle is angle of incidence, right? Or we can write mu of B with respect to A is equal to sin R divided by sin I. If we will observe that this ray is going from denser to rarer to denser medium, then the formula will become this one as per the principle of reversibility. So the refractive index of B with respect to A can be calculated as real depth by apparent depth, right? So for the number of immiscible liquids, the formula will come out this one. If there are multiple layers of liquid, then this formula will be applicable, right? So this is the refractive index. We have got 3 formula of refractive index. N is equal to C by V, N is equal to sin I by sin R, N equal to real depth divided by apparent. That's all. Thank you very much.